Why the fuck it is so hard to actually make decent money? I'm not talking about rich money, I'm just talking about just basic money that will actually just make you live a nice comfortable life, and just maybe you will be able to travel to new places once in a while, once in a month, or like maybe every few months, right? So it is tough. The minimum wage is just pathetic. The wage that you get, the money that you get from your job is pathetic. It's not gonna just, it's like it's hard to pay your own bills. How the fuck are you gonna be able to take care of your family and stuff from the money you get? It is impossible. And the so-called internship are just loser. It's just like pathetic thing that companies do. They make you work for long periods of time like a regular employee, but they just fucking pay you fuck all. They don't pay you anything, you know and they just like try to cope and just say like, oh, it's a experience thing. If you want to get experience, then you do this job, or we got like hundred other fucking people that are on the line to actually do your job for free. And that's exactly the place everyone is, because they studied like taking on loans and stuff and just studying for a good degree they thought was a good degree, and they would get a nice job. But the job market at this point is just like so fucking crazy that you're just not getting any. Because I have so many skilled friends that like had a nice like a nice they had a nice time in college. They studied pretty good, they had good grades and stuff, but even they are not able to get the jobs they want. It's always some sort of a connection that actually is making people land a job. The LinkedIn is just pathetic, and every other thing is just useless, to be honest, at this point. And even I've tried doing so many things, it just feels like it's just like pathetic. And by chance, if you get a job, like a minimum fucking wage job, you just feel like you actually won, because that is just insanely just, I just feel bad for myself and everyone else like who are in this position, because our dads and grandparents didn't have to actually face these kind of problems. They could live a nice comfortable life with the money they had. They didn't have any problem. They could travel to new places with the money, and they could actually feed their whole family with the money they had. They were not super successful, any of that stuff, but they could still live a pretty nice life and just spend money on things like hobbies that they want to do, or like things they want to just do, simply just travel, or like just buy new clothes, just do bunch of random stuff. They had the access to do that, but now it's just like it's hard to even fucking pay simple bills. Like you have to look at every single thing on the menu. You have to look at every single price or the tag of clothes and stuff. Like it's just like you just feel like a fucking broke dude. Like you might as well just beg on streets, and you're probably gonna make more money than some employee that is working his ass off for 5 hours a day, right? It is pathetic, and I hope things get better, because it's like it's like I hope no one is like stuck in this state forever, because that is a really pathetic state to be, because you're nowhere. You just look like you are busy, and just you look like you're doing your stuff, and like that. But at the same time, yourself that you're not making that money. You're just doing some just basic, like boring stuff for the rest of your day, and you go home tired, and just repeat the loop again and again. So yeah, it is pathetic, man. And yeah, that's